Hello, robots and rabble-rousers. My name is Stevie Skine, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward, where we're sort of meandering around, refusing to start in on Shadowbringers just yet, because, hey, there's patch content to be done. And one of the patch contents that is to be done is the Alexander Raid series, which I've heard so much about, and which was teased, like, way the hell back at... God, some point during the end of Heavensward, they just like robot out of the lake and do a thing. And now I'm gonna go see what that's all about and just display my amazing skills at managing and being good at tanking in a raid situation. Hey, Slowfix. Thank you.
Is Upland seeing it? Giant of iron rising from river? Stella and Sid leave to learn more, but are not back yet. Greatest plight of Gorbifok. Giant is too big, can squash Idleshire flat. Where are Uplanders?
Calm yourself, Slowfix. Ah, prick, 'tis well you are here, for our need is dire. A colossus of steam and steel have risen from the Thaliac. Yet it is no mere forgotten contrivance of Sharlayan. The resultant etheric disturbance confirms that it is a primal, and that it was summoned amidst the ruins left for the river to reclaim. For a mercy, it stopped dead no sooner than it had broken the water's surface, but so long as it remains in our realm, it may spring to life again at any moment.
Yes, but what does Uplander find near Idleshire? Is wilderness still heavy with ether?
Nay, the ether grows perilously thin, and more swiftly than I could have imagined. The primal is bleeding the land dry. Should it be suffered to continue, this entire region will become a barren waste in a matter of moons.
No! Gorbifok has only just found home after long wanderings. Idleshire will not fall. Slowfix will not allow it.
And nor will we. I've already spoken with Alphino, and he concurs that we Scions of the Seventh Dawn must do all in our power to eliminate the threat. Yet, given its size, I deem it wise to attack from two fronts. Our first and most obvious recourse is to keep our foe in check with blade and magics, much as we have done with other adversaries. Second, I propose that we attempt to cut off the flow of ether which sustains it, mayhap by physically separating the primal from the land. If we are to be rid of the Colossus, I think the latter course more promising, and mean to enlist Master Matoya's aid in pursuing it. Yet, such things take time. Thus, I have asked for Master Garland to remain here and keep watch over our foe. Given its apparently mechanical nature, his expertise should prove invaluable to you. To you, I say, for I would leave the fate of Idleshire in your hands. Should the primal chance to stir in my return, you are to join Sid in repelling it. An unenviable task, but one for which you are singularly qualified. Yeah, 'cause I kill gods. Rest assured, I do not mean to linger with Master Matoya any longer than necessary. The moment we find a solution, I shall make haste to rejoin you here. Well then, let us be about our duties. I will leave you to discuss strategies with Sid.
Backrix is keeper of knowings for Idleshire, can say where Sid has gone. Uplander should start with Backrix.
Okay. Who is... Where? Outside. Okay. Are those balloons? Aw, that's adorable. That's so cute.
Backrix is keeper of knowings and data. What does Uplander wish to learn about? Uplander comes in search of Sid, yes.
My thanks for sharing your knowings, Backrix. These Illuminati are indeed most hostile. Ah, Brick, old friend. You haven't seen your Stola, have you? Drained of all ether in a matter of mere moons. 7 hells. How much power does that thing need? Too much, plainly. Well, sounds as if we have an urgent dismantling job on our hands. From what Backrix has been telling me, the Illuminati are most likely the culprits. They have the knowledge to summon a primal, and the requisite short-sightedness not to think better of it. Fanatical captures their philosophy nicely, I think. Their goal being nothing less than sole ownership of all the world's technology. Needless to say, they're more than willing to kill anyone who stands between them and what they want. Quite how they managed to coax a primal into the hulk of a Charleyan defense mechanism, I don't know, but looks like they've made themselves a tight little fortress inside the Colossus. We'll need to contend with them if we're to disable the thing. As for the task itself, simply destroying whatever serves as its engine should do the trick, assuming it is in fact mechanical. Before all that, we need to find another way in, through yet another bloody barrier. Yeah, it's a bit of a theme with us, isn't it?
Barrier is not new. Rose up 3 years ago after ground made shivery shakes. Ruin was free from riverbed then. Round Rocks was there, saw with own 2 eyes.
Round Rocks? Sorry, who was,
Daughter of Slowfix, Round Rocks loves junk more than all other guppies, was collecting then and is playing now. Look. Shiny junk and sparkly rocks, bitty bops and whirly cocks.
I'm sorry for interrupting, Round Rocks, but I need to ask you a question. When this ground shook 3 years ago, did something come bobbing up to the river surface?
Nothing bought, silly Outlander. Ground made shivery shakes when being of whirlycock stood, and then magic walls came up too.
So, it wasn't the tremor that freed the Colossus, it was the Colossus which caused the tremor. And you're absolutely certain you saw it rise from the waters, young one? Seven Hills. I think someone tried and failed to summon it 3 years ago. Was it the Illuminati, or...
Brayflocks come to trade tongue flaps, Uplander.
Just the Goblin. Solfix tells me you're his resident expert on the Illuminati. Pardon me a moment while I consult with my fellow Uplander. Brick, if I may make a suggestion, I'll speak with Brayflocks and learn what I can of our opponents. In the meantime, could you investigate the Colossus itself? Biggs and Wedge are near where its hand landed on the shores of Thaliak. Join them and see if you can't find a way inside the machine. Oh, and good luck with that barrier. Ooh, mysterious figure. Spooky. Ominous. How you doing, boys?
What in the blazes?
Giant of Metal is holding too fast to land, and Slowfix is telling Red Bricks to keep eyes on Brick Hand.
Did you rhyme that on purpose? Brick, come to see the Colossus, eh? The Chiefess is looking for another way in. Of course, there's a bleeding barrier around the thing. Aye, another one. Lucky for us, when the big fella came down, his hand clamped onto the shore here, punching a hole in this defenses, leaving that round portal there unprotected. Only trouble is it's locked and doesn't seem to have a key. For want of a better idea, Wedge is listening into the Illuminati link pearl communications in hopes they'll mention the trick of opening it.
Only one signal coming from inside the giant, and it's always the same pattern. I'm certain it's a code. The Illuminati always use coded messages. From what I hear, they developed a special kind of crystal specifically for transmuting link pearl waveforms. If we could get our hands on one, the Chief's decoding machine here should theoretically be able to use it to untangle the meaning. Quite where we'd find such a crystal is another matter.
Does Oblonda know Round Rocks? She makes great collection of junk and things. Maybe a keeping crystal at shortstop.
Wouldn't that be a stroke of luck? And it just so happens I've been working on a means of identifying the crystal in question. Here, Brick, take this 3G7001B. Sprinkle that powder over this so-called collection and look for anything that glimmers. It should contain the material we need. You may have to borrow one of Round Rock's treasures, but I'm sure she won't mind if you tell her it's for a good cause.
Oh no, yeah, mess with the goblin's treasure hoard. That'll work out well.
Cool, here's treasure trove of round rocks, but shh, it's secret from big gobbies.
We could tell her what we're doing first, but okay. Amongst the jumble of bits and bobs, you spy a faintly glimmering stone. We could ask permission. No? Okay.
What is Sublender doing? Sneaky taker! Treasure belongs to round rocks!
Ask first? Come on. She's right to be upset.
Our blender needs it for giant of whirlycocks, but Glowstone is most favorite treasure of round rocks. All right, but our blender must promise to bring it back or round rocks is getting very angry.
Yeah, justifiably so.
If you don't find anything, we could always try blowing the hatch open. That armor looks pretty thick, though.
Okay, that's just the same as you said before.
Ha, Breck, no burns, I see. Oh, no reason. Tell me, did you 3G7001B reveal anything? Thank you. And you have my word, I'll give this back to Round Rocks when I'm finished with it. Now let's take a listen to what the Illuminati are really saying.
They're having a flame war over their anime waifu or something.
Ah, goodness, all that infernal beeping is gone. Now it's a message as clear as day. Let's see. Today's schedule for Gordias, registration at 7th bell, stop, allows the Coral Cops, 3rd bell, stop, rest and recuperation at 2nd bell, repeat, today's schedule for Gordias. Curl Lausen? But I was sure that was the only message. There has to be some sort of jest. Oh, don't be daft, Wedge. It's just another code. You need the proper crystal and the proper knowledge to understand it. Oh, blatant Illuminati. I should have known it wouldn't be so easy.
Quite the conundrum you have there, says who? Ah, hello. Lady with a gun. But it's your lucky day. I'll crack the code, assuming we can come to a little arrangement. I'm a treasure hunter by trade, and there's a certain something I want inside the giant. I help you get inside, you help me get out with it. A fair deal, no? The name's Media, by the way.
Charmed, I'm sure? You are aware that the interior is almost certainly swarming with Illuminati, yes?
Why do you think I came to you? There's strength in numbers, friend. Best we join forces, eh? Now, the words you intercepted are largely gibberish, but paired with the numbers, well, you'll see. 7 stop 3 stop 2, wasn't it? The big one, see the pipes atop the hatch? There ought to be a valve up there with a hand wheel. Imagine it's a clock, and try turning it right to 7, left to 3, and then back to 2.
Ah, we did it!
Well, happy birthday week, Ultra Romanizer, and thank you for subscribing. So, the Illuminati has been announcing the way to enter the Colossus all along. Strange. But well done for cracking the code, anyway. I had less success, sadly. I'm afraid Brave Flox knows little more than we do about the Illuminati's plan or the Primal. Come, things aren't as bad as all that. We found a way inside the machine. We'll just have to learn about it as we go. It's only a massive mammoth, after all. Stopping it should be as simple as destroying its core. If we send in a suitably intrepid team of surveyors, I don't see why we can't trace the machine's power back to the source via the struts and piping. And I know just the man to lead the party. What say you, Brick? Please have someone else lead. I'll just follow and take hits.
And what of me, pray tell? I opened the way for this grand expedition of yours. Surely that's earned me a place in your little band to hunt for my treasure?
Well, you did as promised, and you may do as you will now, but only so long as your treasure hunt doesn't endanger the mission. I'd join you if I could. There's something else I need to see to first. I'll leave Biggs and Wedge here in case of emergencies. Good luck, my friend. The Fist of the Father. Oh, boy. You now have access to the Fist of the Father. Gordias can be accessed via the entrance in the Maker's Quarter. Ooh, clockwork. Now, I should mention it's been like some months since I've last played Final Fantasy XIV, so I'm going to have to relearn my ability rotations a little bit on the fly here. So you're finger with finger. Where did I put my stance? Ooh. Oh. Oh, tilty. I take it the steam does damage. Oh, hello. Faust. Right. Taking area damage, the plunge, the thing. Okay, I'll just have to figure it out as I go. Whenever you're ready. Oh, well, like, starting it for me. I love the Testament cosplay, by the way. Ooh, hello. Oh, very much in Alexander's image.
Whee! Woohoo!
Ooh. Okay. Lots of cannons, the one evil eye. Which is like, we've talked a lot about like statement pieces in character design when it comes to like Warrior of Light designs. Same thing here. Like that one little detail of like the biological looking evil eye probably is mechanical, but like it has enough of the vibe that it sort of makes you go, oh, okay, like sort of makes you sit up and take notice. It's a little thing that just makes it more, makes it stand out more. Okay, well, bonk. Okay, let's just... This music goes, man. Is that bad? That seems bad. Oh! Oh no! Oh, don't like that. Probably shouldn't attract aggro from it, though. Might be bad to have both of them hitting me at the same time. Oh, even more ads. Okay, then. I'm just gonna stay here keeping his attention. Oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Not 100% sure what happened. Oh, was it the thing? Oh, shouldn't go into that field. Okay. So that field makes you minimum. Those things that rise up out of the floor do something. You need to take them to opposite sides of the room. Aha, I see. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to chat at all. I don't mean in-game chat either. They told me actually to split them apart. I should have paid more attention. I was still too focused on constantly forgetting my rotations. Who cares? You. Okay, round 2 then. You. Just be apart from all of the other things then. You shall never have the companionship of your friends again, vile machine. We get to keep hearing the music though, which is nice. Okay, now you're calling for your little dickhead friend. So, come on over here, would you? Yeah. That's better. None of that companionship and friendship around here. Be an edgelord. Stand alone. Hey, I'm alive. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yay. We're not defeated yet, friends. We can still win. I like that they sort of work in sync with each other. Let's not stand there. That's a bad place to stand. Ow. That hurt. Oh. Okay, they're doing their thing. Okay, now we need to get them apart from each other again. You stay over here with me, buddy. If you would. If you would. Come on. Over here. Whoop. Don't like that. Ah! Okay, I think we got it now. I say, cursing us. Hoy! The other one's self-detonating? Is that bad? I think that's bad. That seems like a bad thing. Okay. Okay, gaming. You obtain 10 elegant tomestones. Wow. And 100. Okay, that's a little bit better. I was about to be like, what the fuck? 10? Expertly done, adventurer. Well, what have we here?
Sorry, Roundrox could not stay away. So many new treasures here.
Treasures?
Oh, you mean like the odd bits and bobs? Well, little one, these machina are yours to take, and some of them are rather beautiful, I must admit.
Oplander can tell pretty machines were ugly, just like round rocks.
No harm in adding one more to our company, is there? I'll keep an eye on her. Damn it. I was so sure.
Uplanders are unwise to come, but most of all is Treasure Hunter. What she seeks is not here, not in all of Gordius.
Very impractical entrance. Oh, that really does have some fucking 40k vibes, doesn't it? The fucking Alpha Legion. As I live and breathe, quick thinks all thoughts, master of the Illuminati. Is it the Alpha Legion? Are they the ones with the white and red color scheme?
Gorbies are backstrapped with bomb dust. Uplander shoots. Everybody kabooms! Uplander catches tongue flaps of master. Enigma Codex for plans making is gone. Illuminati is already undertaking a Alexander initiative.
Enigma Code. This is Enigma Codex. All your Also, you have a black cat on your head. That's extremely adorable. But Enigma Codex. Okay, this is intentional now.
Holy Scobby! Secrets are kept silent. Tongue flaps never traded with outsiders. As quick things not ordered so many times. Master, forgive noise-making of empty head. Gobi did not think. Please, Gobi will take any punishment, just not worst one.
Oh, the pre-heresy world eaters. Might be. There's one of them that's white and red. Oh shit, missed some dialogue there.
What? Uplander's shooting Gobies! And boom dust does not harm Uplanders. Blood! Uplander blood for fallen Gobikin.
Yes, blood for the blood god. I think now would be a good time to leave.
Uplander, what is Enigma Codex? Treasure?
Gee, I wonder if it's connected to how she got that scar. Yes, young one. My treasure. Whee!
Welcome back, Breck. I'm working with Backrix to intercept Illuminati communications. He's got a wonderful memory for details and a great mind for codes. I must say, the Goblin's grasp of technology is something to behold. I'm impressed.
The Round Rocks has been showing me her treasures, and they're aptly named. Only a fool would call them junk. Just because something has been discarded doesn't mean it can't be beautiful. She also said that Quick Things has a face like a machina, cold and calculating. I can only assume she means his mask.
Meaty is amazing. She can tell pretty junk from ugly almost as well as round rocks. This whirly cog-round us finds 72 yards north and west. And this one is 24 yards south and east of Hecton. Shiny junk and sparkly rocks, speed eruption, whirly cogs.
Bleeding hells. Face to face with the head of the Illuminati, eh? Sounds like you had quite an adventure. And this Alexander initiative has got me wondering, do you reckon that might be the giant's name? No sign of the core, though, eh? Well, we'll just have to look further in. I'll let the chief know anyway. He'll be happy to hear me and Rondrux are safe, too. Those two haven't stopped talking about machines since they got back. I can't say I ever thought the junk is pretty, but to each their own. Breck, ready to have another go at finding the giant's core? Wedge, could you... Oi, Wedge, stop listening to that bloody link, Pearl. We barged through the Illuminati's front door. They know we've broken their code. But I've just this moment intercepted new communication. If you give me a moment to... There, it says, oh, death to Uplanders, death to Uplanders. Oh, I think we might have started a war.
Oops. The cuff of the father. Ooh. Now we're adding a bit of red into the color mix. Started out just all gold and brass. And now we've got red in there and water, so we get that blue and teal. And motion sickness. I mean, this is like fully some 40k shit. I love the gun noises. Pew, pew. Whoa. Don't love that. Not 100% sure what damaged me that much, actually. Just their ordinary attacks, I guess. Okay, so maybe I don't want to drag aggro from every single one of them. Okay, boss fight. I recognize one of those alarm sounds. Okay, so we want to split those up too. Okay. Okay, Macaria, make a tank. Okay. One person goes into the tank and pulls bombs away from the party. I presume that can't be the tank. Me, because we need to take damage, so... Okay. Well, alrighty then! Just don't die. Yeah, thank you for the advice. There's always the power scaling thing, right? Where it's like, hang on, we've been killing like gods from out of time, and now these little fuckers are giving us trouble somehow. A Yagd doll. So a Yagd is a term from Final Fantasy XII for a special area of the world in which airships cannot fly. That's a bomb. That's a large bomb. Oh, okay. Hello. Hi. I see we're done with the cute little ones. This makes moderately more sense as something a Warrior of Light would have trouble with. That bomb is a little close. That's better. I take it you can't destroy the bombs, then. Or at least that it's not a viable strategy. That's a bomb. Okay. You just stay here with me, buddy. Large boy. Substantial fella. Okay. Whew. That was a lot.
Headlander's amazing! Headlander's stronger than 10 gubbies!
Yeah, there you are, old friend. I was beginning to wonder if I'd ever find you. Biggs's account left something to be desired, so I thought it best to see the interior with my own two eyes. Treasure hunter through and through. Tell me, what exactly do you hope to find here?
Ever heard of the Enigma Codex? It's a book of ideas written some 100 years past. The life's work of one of the greatest technologists ever to draw breath. Within its pages are found myriad wonders, from designs from machina that could operate ceaselessly for centuries to novel ways of culturing cheese. Even a fragment of the book could bring a king's ransom. But most remarkable of all are the plans for a walking citadel. It was to be a beacon of logic and reason for all the... Oh, God! Oh, no! They were trying to build an atheist megasword! A walking citadel? 7 hells. We're standing in it, aren't we? The Illuminati's primal took its form from that idea. But I sense that none of this is news to you. You've read it then, this Enigma Codex. The design catered for every needful thing, from warm beds to crops of grain. Its occupants would never have to leave, and all in a fortress on feet, impenetrable and ready to move at a moment's notice. The citadel was meant to bear the most brilliant scholars and artificers of the age to all 4 corners of the world, that they might set about unraveling the mysteries of creation. And this utopia, this shining seat of erudition, was to be called
Rapture. Yeah, Rapture. I know. I've played BioShock. I know how this goes. It was gonna be Rapture, or it was gonna be fucking John Galt's little ranch in the middle. Oh my God, libertarians! No! There's libertarians on Eorzea! Oh God! The threat to the world is greater than we knew!
was to be called Alexander.
If Ramrod lived in Walking Castle, Ramrods could collect treasure from everywhere!
Indeed you could, little one. And anything you found, be it junk, forgotten teachings, or lost secrets, would be yours for the taking.
And what exactly would the Illuminati do with all this knowledge?
They would use it to take control, most likely. Create a world ruled by a few chosen scholars. Unless I'm mistaken, that is why the Illuminati exist.
Bloody fanatics. Take a perfectly good idea and make it into an object of faith. What could possibly go wrong? It's not a good idea, Sid! It's a terrible idea! It's a very, very bad idea. Don't put that in your head. No, Sid, no. You can't think of a way to do this that would, no, stop it. You can well imagine how people who have spent decades carrying their homes on their backs might crave a home that could carry them. Now such a place could seem like a utopia. But we're not talking about a machine here, we're talking about a primal. And primals will be the death of us all. I trust you'll be ready when things come to a head, Brick.
Utopia's happy place? Where there's junk aplenty, Round Rocks is happy. Where is very happy place of Mida?
Wherever he is. As she touches her scar mysteriously. I like the scar. Like, it is very, very obvious and on the nose, but it's also... Oh, hang on. I also like it. This Enigma Codex sounds amazing. A walking citadel is one thing, but a self-sustaining walking citadel. Oh, genius. Oh, it's just a pity the Illuminati had to go and make a bleeding primal out of it. From what I understand, this Alexander was active for no more than a few seconds. That's seconds. And it's nigh drained the hinterlands of ether. Imagine what it'd do if it wandered the whole bleeding world. But I don't think Round Rocks realizes just how much danger we're in here. Too busy hunting for new treasures. Probably for the best, though, eh? La, la, la. My, but Round Rocks has a lot of treasures. Not many are of much use, but they're all lovely in their own right.
I really don't think Y'shtola is enjoying working under Master Matoya again, you know? You wouldn't believe the language she used when she called. It was enough to make Biggs blush.
Oh, but we have gone just about an hour, which makes for a good point to look into some of the glam reviews that people were asking for. Now, I assume people have convened down by Alexander's fist again. And I think there were a couple of in-game ones. Yeah, Male and... Aha. Ariadne. Let's see. Ariadne, let's start with you. Okay, so Holy Dragoon vibes. Oh, yeah. Ah, so you go, like, with a very classic sort of... Ooh. Oh, that's good. Holy Dragoon, you say? Oh, yeah. Like, you've definitely got that. Like, with that classic, completely stark, pure white color scheme. You have definitely got that going on. Like, the only thing that stands out from it is the hair. Where, if you really wanted, like, if you wanted to make the hair match the outfit, I would say put white streaks in instead of red streaks in the hair to sort of really pitch it, or just make the hair completely white. That would also sort of really match with the idea, but, like, the outfit itself, yeah, like, if you wanted Holy Dragoon, you have definitely got it. If you wanted to make it look a little more clerical, like a little bit more like a sort of priestly figure, like a little bit more like a religious figure, you could find some kind of... If you could find some kind of robe or a skirt, maybe, something that goes like... that falls down over the legs and sort of has this long... like a little bit like a priestly robe sort of thing. That might enhance sort of the idea of like a religious figure, right? Like, rather than just like a warrior of brightness or light or whatever. You could sort of do that. I really like the tiara or the thing, like with the whatever, this thing, the crown, whatever it is. That thing on the head, that's a good touch. That's a really good touch. You could, if you could, depending on what the options are for customizing that, the gold that you have there on the tiara, that's also something that's like classically associated with like heaven, with light, with wealth and goodness. Is like that golden color, that gold and brass. And you have that a little bit in your spear, so if you could bring that into the outfit, like replace maybe, like, I don't know again what the coloring options are for that one, but if the silver accents that are all over this thing could be replaced with gold, you'd sort of really get that paladin vibe of like sort of holy warrior of the whatever church. You You could definitely go with that if you wanted to. But no, like, as a baseline, you have definitely got it. Like, that's... I would identify this as, like, a sort of... Some sort of, like, warrior of purity kind of thing. Absolutely, I would. And, like, the only thing outside of that is, like, to... See, it's a dance party. Would be to customize, like, your character itself. Like, maybe have white or black horns on your character, or white and black hair, if you wanted to make the character match the outfit. But that's about all I can think of in terms of the character design. Very nicely done. Let's see. Who else? Yasuntai. Look at that fucking hat. Holy shit. Oh, that rules. That hat is fucking cool. What the fuck? That's amazing. Okay, let's see. A kind of Bloodborne-y hunter gun person. Oh, yeah. Like, we talked about hats as statement pieces, right? Like, that hat just informs the whole character that you've got going. Like, imagine this character without the hat, and you lose so much of the personality, right? Like, you kind of don't know, like, it's kind of harder to place, but the hat just gives you, like, everything you need to know about this character is right there. It gives them personality, it gives them a little bit of pizzazz. Yeah, like, see, exactly, like, see how much vanishes when the hat isn't there? The hat is like the pizzazz. It gives them that attitude of like, hey, partner, I'm a bounty hunter, kind of. Like, that all comes from the hat. It informs so much about how you read the character. Now, you said you were going for like a Bloodborne vibe, and I don't quite think you have that here, specifically because the way that this outfit is, like with all the geometric shapes, right? Like with all the geometric shapes that are all over it, that's sort of not the Bloodborne vibe. Bloodborne is much more about organic shapes in the way that it's designed. It's much more about, like, leather and, like, feathers and ragged clothes and, like, sackcloth and blood. And blood. Just wetness and blood and, like, any sort of sleek, slick, organic shapes that sort of curl around things. That's more Bloodborne. This is sort of more futuristic, ultimately. And that's sort of also informed by, like, your gun, which is, like... It is like, it looks sort of slightly old-timey, but it also looks like a future gun. Where something closer to a flintlock, or like, well, like a Bloodborne pistol, like might bring, it sort of depends on whether you want the character to be Bloodborne or whether you were just describing them as Bloodborne. But outside of that, like, I don't think it looks very Bloodborne, but outside of that, I do like the cohesive, like, the hat is perfect for this coat. And for the rest of it. Like, the texture on it, like that snakeskin texture or whatever the fuck it is. Oh, that's so good. And, like, it's a really cohesive design. You could bring in, I don't know, again, what the coloring options are. If you could bring in, like, a little bit more color somewhere, because it's very black and white right now. If there is something you can do to add, like, one streak of color, one splash somewhere, that might create, like, a point of interest where, because the colors are very uniform right now, it flows together a lot. If you wanted to create, like, a point of interest, you could have, like, something that gives a burst of color, because you can see, like, how the pouch with the thing on it here, like, how that draws a lot of attention because it's glowing and it has a different color than the rest of the outfit. So that's something to think about. Like, if you wanted to bring in a burst of color, you could do that. I do like the shape design here, though. Like, the coat has this triangular thing. Like, these triangles that sort of create a wedge upwards, and the hat is such a perfect way to cap that off, because, like, with the sharp edges on it and, like, the relative general sharpness of the hat, it's like a perfect capstone. So you get this, like, very sort of like a shape like the tip of a spear, right? Like a lance, that gives, like, a sense of deadliness, a sense of lethality to the character. That sort of also comes through, and just everything else about the character is pointy. So you definitely have that, like, that sense of lethality and danger. That hat is, like, amazing, though. That's fantastic. It's such a perfect match for the outfit. That's a very good find. That's great. Let's see. Male, you are here somewhere. Aha! Back to back with the Holy Paladin, or the Holy Dragoon. Okay. So a dark glam fit for Shadowbringer, Red Mage. I mean, you've definitely got that. I love the black and red color scheme. Ooh, on the sword, too. Nice. The black and red color scheme is such a... Like, that's a classic choice for when you want dark and edgy, right? Like, it's black and red, black and purple, maybe black and green, so long as the green isn't too, like, neon bright. Oh, thank you very much, Lucas, for that Prime subscription. That's kind of you. Like, black and red is a classic. That always works if you want something to be darker and edgier. But I like the cuteness, like that there's a little, like the little ribbons on the weapon, just adding a little bit of that, a little bit of whimsy, a little bit of adorableness. And that sort of drives into, like, the little star shape on the gauntlet. Like, again, talking about statement pieces, right? This has sort of a feminine, slightly whimsical, slightly cutesy energy to it with the ribbons on it. And then that sort of drives how you perceive the rest of the decorations, is that, oh, these are not decorations to be dark and edgy so much as they're decorations to look cute. They're decorations to look nice. Like, that, it sort of informs how you read. Like, it almost, to me, looks a little bit like Magical Girl gauntlets, in a sense, which I quite like. And I don't know if that's intentional on your part, or whether you just wanted the black and red sword, but I like it. Like, that makes the characters stand out, so that they're not just, you know, dark and red, but that they are, like, that there's a little bit more to them. That's the thing about, like, conveying personality in a character, right? Oh, hey, is that a Tsuchinoko? Huh, no, it's not. It's a lizard. Okay. That thing about conveying personality in a character, right? Like, having that one detail that doesn't quite match the vibe of the rest of it, that can really inform, like, how a character is read as a personality. So here, like, the ribbons do that. Like, they inform so much of how you read this character as a person. Like, relative to if they didn't have anything like that, right? Where you'd kind of go, oh, this is a dark and edgy character. And here you go. This is probably a dark and edgy character, but there's a little bit of something in there. Like, there's a little bit of something else to add interest. Yeah, that's really cool. I really like the ribbons as a part of this ensemble. I think that's really cute. Nice gauntlets too. Ah, there you are. Ah, yes, the Testament cosplay. I mean, the red scythe is a good choice to go with that. Again, red and black, they always work together. I love that it's a Fembro. That's very good. I like the bare legs. Like, again, it's Testament, right? But the bare legs underneath that long coat, like that, when that's like all business and all lethal and all danger, and then hello, sailor. Like that little... That's the thing about, like, in terms of character design, that's one of the things that works so well with like, Testament as a character design as well, is that there is that mix of edgelord and then thigh action that sort of you go, oh, wow. It's one of the nice little tensions of that particular character design. But no, yeah, that's just really complete. Like, the character is instantly identifiable here. Love the heterochromia. Very nice. Instantly identifiable. Perfect choice of, like, gear set to represent that. Like, the scythe. And it just looks good. Like, it's not just that it's a cosplay that matches a character. It just also looks good, right? Like, it just looks good as an outfit onto itself. There's not that sense of anything awkward or mismatched in it, which can be a little hard, like, because when you're putting together whichever pieces happen to look the most like another character. I've seen some cosplays where, like, they look like the character, but they wouldn't look good on their own if they weren't a cosplay, right? But this does work together really well. You've managed to match the color tones brilliantly as well. I imagine that's probably not too hard, but that can also be a difficult thing. At least I've noticed when I'm glamming shit, is that some outfits just don't display, even if you put the same color on them, they don't display the color the same way, and it's fucking annoying. Because it means that there's some things I just can't combine together because the color tones are different and I can't stand it. But yeah, no, that's very well done. I like that. Okay, let's see. Whomst else? I think the rest of them are in the Oh, wait, no, Zuva might be here. Maybe. Possibly. Oh, right there, blue. Right in front. Ooh, I love the hat. Okay. Bluish Guardian Astrologer vibes. I mean, yeah. Oh, that's a great... I don't know if that's specifically astrology gear, but, like, the dark night sky blue with the little star spots and the orb. Oh, yeah, like that 1000% looks like a astrologer sorcerer. Ooh, nice choice of weapon as well. Matches the color tone. I think the only thing you could do with the weapon to make it match... I don't know what's available for astrologers, obviously, because I don't play that class, but anything, like, because the orbiting thing is perfect. Like with the wheels within the wheels that sort of mimic the astrological spheres that, like, astrologers used to believe in. Still do. Like, the spheres, so they have it. That is great. Anything with more stuff that orbits, like more things like stars, little orbs, anything like that, or that has, like, visual effects that sort of mimic starlight or glimmering or sparkling, anything like that, might do a little bit more. Yeah, like that, exactly like that. Holy shit, that's perfect. The only thing about that is, like, the color tone is pink rather than blue, which would match the outfit, but no, yeah, like, that kind of shit exactly. Or that, like, yeah, like, those things exactly, that's perfect for, because you already have the planets and stars theme going on in the outfit itself, right? So if you can continue that into the weapon, that becomes super cohesive. But, the thing I really wanted to look at here, the hat is so good. The hat and the glasses are so good for this, because, like, the dress itself, right? Like, the outfit itself is very sort of like, I'm a sort of a witch character, or a fortune teller, or like a sorceress. There's a sort of airy-fairy vibe to it a little bit. And then you get the hat, and it's like, fashion. It is haute couture, it is fashion, it is like, it's not meant to be, because, like, with the shawl over the thing and, like, the long dress, it can be a little grandma-like, right? Like, it can be a little bit like, oh, this is sort of old lady fashion kind of vibe, but the hat, the little beret, it gives it youth, it gives it cuteness, it really informs, like, the vibe of the rest of the outfit. So I think that's a really good choice, like that, because that's really striking. Right, because if you were wearing, like, a big witch's hat, for example, right, like a big pointy witch's hat, that would definitely match the outfit, but it wouldn't kind of make you go, oh, like, it doesn't have that little pop of, like, oh, hey, okay, where it's like, this is fashion, this is meant to look good, this is meant to be posed and be a work of art kind of vibe. So, like, I really like the hat. The glasses are good. Oh, you got the little white freckles. That's so good. Because, again, stars on the face, right? That is good. I don't know if that's intentional with the way you made up your character, but, like, having little white freckles on the face and then, like, the little white stars on the dress, that is beautiful. I love that. That's great. Most people probably won't see it very much because it doesn't show up. You could maybe go with a slightly darker skin tone for your character. That would sort of make the stars on the face, like the freckle thing, that would make that pop a little bit more, so it'd be visible from a greater distance, but, like, just getting close enough to notice it. Like, look how good that looks. Look how great that is. That's so cool. I love that. Yeah, no, that's a great, like, the hat. Again, I know I always harp on about hats, right? But, like, they inform the character. Like, when you have that thing over the eyes and, like, that long sort of draconic thing, that informs the entire rest of the outfit. Right? And that's also the danger with hats, is, like, if you put a hat on a character, it can be really hard, like, it can kind of overpower everything else you're doing. So you gotta make sure that the hat matches the vibe you want. You really gotta. Okay. Techwear Gremlin. Oh, really going for the cyberpunk with, like, the... Yeah. I mean, as always, you're just so fucking good at composing the lighting for your shots. Let's see. Okay. I mean, Gremlin is right. You do have gremlin vibes. I think it's like the combination of like the spiky cat ears, because they sort of act a little bit like devil horns, like visually, like in terms of creating like that sense on the head a little bit. And because you're working with so much black that things flow together, like the ears become fully part of the hair. Doesn't hurt with the red eyes either. The red glowing eyes. Love the tattoos that you've got going on. Again, that also helps the gremlin vibe. Cool ass swords. Just like fully cyberpunk shit right there. The Converse, that's a good touch. Like, I imagine there's a bunch of modding going on here, but that is like the big tail, by the way. Someone brings that up in chat. The big tail also definitely helps the gremlin vibes. If the tail had been all sleek and slick, they would be a little bit less gremlin, right? Like, they would be a little bit less like a little bit less like something that's likely to bite you, right? No, that rules. That's excellent. Man, girl, you play around with that shit, like with the colors and the lighting. I don't know how people do this with mods, but it leads to some damn good. Yeah, like, yeah, no, that's just really well composed. That's just like, I don't have that much to say about the outfit itself, because it is exactly what it's supposed to be, clearly. Like, again, I would say that you could probably, like, here, for example, here you're doing a great thing with the little, like, the crop top that gives the, like, with the belly, with this, which creates that little bit of light, that little bit of brightness inside, like, the big, dark thing of the rest of the outfit. Like the same thing here, like the crop top, like the exposed belly does that. You could do like tiny things like that also, depending on how you want to emphasize the character's physique. Like anytime you add contrast to a spot on the character, you're going to draw attention, right? So right now, because the inside of the hood is red, that sort of draws attention away from the face a little bit up here, where like if you could yeah, it's not a criticism that I'm framing here. It's more like an observation that, like, you could try a bright red crop top to sort of match the inside of the jacket, or you could try a crop top with, like, a big white graphic design on it or something to sort of balance out the eye draw a little bit, maybe? I'm just sort of thinking out loud. Because, like, something I really like with, like, here where the jacket is off is that you have all this, like, textural, interesting detail with the tattoos over the chest and the arms. That sort of creates a lot of texture, which is something that the outfit generally doesn't have a lot of. Like, because it's these flat black color surfaces, there's not a lot of texture, and texture can be a nice way to add interest. So yeah, I was just thinking about, like, maybe there's a way to add that to the other iterations of the character as well. Not that you need to. Like I said, this just looks really fucking good. And this also sort of speaks to the importance and the power of just posing and framing a character. Like, because even an outfit that's not very well put together can start to, like, make a lot of sense if you just compose and frame it correctly on the character. In the same way that fashion works in real life, right? Like, something that really theoretically shouldn't work as fashion, if you just frame and compose it correctly, it can look great. And if you got both at the same time, looks fucking amazing. Let's see. Thena. Let's see. I took to heart some of the things she said in the last review and updated Thena's glam a little bit, and also this is her warrior glam, still going for the scholar academic theme, though. The axe is made by her powers, since she's based on a World of Warcraft character. Okay. And then summer event glam. Ooh, oh, don't ban me, Twitch. I'm sure they won't. Okay. Oh, yeah. Like, so, like, a warrior who fights by summoning a weapon made of magic or something. Interesting. Yeah. I think... Yeah, like, there's a lot of nice simplicity here. I like that cloak, like, with the shawl over the shoulder thing and, like, the shirt. you have a lot of drapery going on here, right? Like with the cloak, with like the shawl, with the way that the shirt sort of folds over. And I think you could maybe do something more of that below the waist, because like these pants, I think they're the Cloud Strife pants, maybe. They're sort of very tight. They're very sort of smooth and sort of very fitted to the character, and doesn't really have that sense of like that falling thing, which you also got, like, you get that from the hair that falls down over, you get that from like these things that fall down over the character's front, and you could continue that into the pants if you wanted to, with either something that hangs a little bit more loosely, or some kind of a shawl, or like one of those belts that like sort of flop down and like fall, like give something like fall in the I'm looking for a word and I've lost it. The fabric, like where the fabric sort of drapes over things. You could probably do that to sort of bring the vibe that you've got going here down throughout the whole character if you wanted to be more cohesive. But I do like the thing that the pants do for the character, though, is they make them very planted. It makes them very sturdy. Like, it does make them look like this is someone who will stand their ground and, like, kick someone's ass. They look practical. Oh, Thena. Right. Rather than Thena. It does make them look practical. Like, that, I think that's a good call in terms of, like, a character who's like, yeah, they're like a scholar and a wizard or whatever, but also they will summon an axe the size of a small building and smack you with it. Something that makes them feel sturdy, like the boots especially will be great for that. Like some really sensible, strong, sturdy, heavy boots will kind of do that for the character as well. So I think you're on the right track with that. I really like the shawl and the thing, because like that's very scholar academic, right? Like that's very wizard sort of, that has that dignified vibe, which contrasts so nicely with when the character then goes sicko mode and like smacks people around with an axe. There has never been a stream where I'm not impressed with the glams that people make. There has never been a stream when I'm not impressed with it. Oh, damn, that makeup, though. Nice. If you've enjoyed hanging out in Final Fantasy XIV, I was about to say 16, 14 with me and my cavalcade of strange friends, then you can hit the like, comment, and or subscribe buttons down below. Become a subscriber on Twitch to see the VODs from the streams where we do these recordings. Become a member of the channel to get access to the edited episodes early, or don't do any of those things, because you don't have to. It's very nice that you're just here with me right now. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to be kind to one another, have solidarity with those who are worse off than yourselves, and may the tides of history wash gently over us all.